me, you've done the job correctly. And if you don't hear anything, well, I can't tell you anything because you won't hear me.
แล้วทำไมเดินออกทางนั้นล่ะ
Yeah, you should be hearing me now loud and clear.
Oh, many runner coming. Congratulations. Okay. ยินดีด้วยนะครับชีฮันเซอร์เดอร์ Congratulations ตุงชิงเหมาเซโกไว from Hong Kong This is now coming Mitsuko Maruyama
And so have many more 50K runners finishing their day. And the next runner in 100 mile expected to cross the finish line is Wu Yuan from China, representing Team Ultra in just under 26 minutes. She'll be joining us on the finish line in the Royal Park Rajapuri.
Congratulations ควองกวินเจสันวอง and ชีกินยิปand congratulations to จุนเว่ย Oliver Stroza Bravo and Maria Carmenole Su Huan Liuและที่กำลังมานะครับมิสเตอร์ล็อกแมนปังโซโนเอะไซโตยายุนซูฟิลิเป้ครอสจูเบนักวิ่งกำลังเข้ามาแล้วนะครับ Bravo! Yeah, you do this way. Sone Saito Lockman Pang
And there we go. Live from the finish line. We are expecting our 11th place finisher, 10th place finisher, and 12th overall, Erlen Glick from the US. We saw him earlier yesterday in the race, and it looked like he's been a bit of a rough day. That being said, it's still an outstanding performance, especially knowing that he's run already this year. Hold on to your seats. Western States, Hard Rock, and Red Rabbit Run. And so that was quite a bit to take on in a year. And so I think he's expected to cross the finish line now in 4 minutes. So we'll keep our eyes peeled for Erlen Glick, American runner who will be the next participants in 100 miles to cross the finish line. Just ahead, Wu Yuanyuan. She's 18 minutes away, and we have a team of camera runners who have gone back to pick her up.
Sac à dos bleu, t-shirt violet, short noir violet.
Speaking of which,
Ok. Elle m'a dit happy to see you.
Hau Ti is now on your screen. So ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to make a whole lot of noise in the chat, because she is here indeed, and we're gonna follow her all the way into the finish after the stellar day that she has done. 11 hours and 40 minutes elapsed, and look at her, still running strong. She's an absolute legend within the community.
Ah, ok.
The whole of Vietnam is now going absolutely crazy, and rightfully so. Hau Ti has done an amazing run today so far. She's been strong all day. We've been following her on the tracking, obviously. And look at her just thanking people as she goes past. And transitioning into fast power hiking on the way up the hill. Still looking after herself, possibly taking out either a gel or salt pills. Whatever needs to be done to come to the finish in one piece. She's got 4.5 Ks to go.
Je m'attendais pas à la voir si tôt, mais du coup c'est bon mon image pour la 2. Je suis parti précipitamment.
And then Hau Ti, so currently leading the 100K, and she is almost half an hour ahead of Ragna Debats, which says a lot, because over in Europe we know Ragna's strength. Like, she's finished third at Western States, she's won countless races, she's an absolutely queen of ultra running. And here we go, Hau Ti is here leading ahead of all these legends. And once again, 4.5 kilometers into the finish. She's giving a big smile to the camera, a bit of a wave. It's good to see her with such high spirits as she progresses towards that finish line. It's still a bit of a hike, still a bit of a grind until she makes it to the top of that hill. And as soon as she gets to the junction and takes that left turn at the sign, that's going to be all downhill from there. And I'm sure she'll be able to enjoy that final section.
Le dossard c'est découvert. 305, c'est bien ça? Heureusement, parce que la toute première fois que j'ai fait pour ESL, je m'étais trompé de personne une fois. Et je me rappelle que vous étiez pas très content.
And our camera runner is having a good banter with the studio. And so let's look back, because, I mean, Hau Ti, we're talking about a woman, like an advanced, weathered, experienced ultra runner. She's done back in 2021 the Vietnam Trail Marathon Ultra, and that she won. And then in 2022 she did the same race, Vietnam Mountain Marathon Ultra, but she did the 100K that time that she won. And then last year she was at Doi Inthanon, but ran the 50K that she won. And then she did the Mount Apo Sky and vertical race 75K. Guess what? She won again. And then it was the Dalat Ultra Trail in Vietnam again, 85K, took the win. And then she went to Australia at UTA 50. Guess what? She won again. And put it this way, it was a 50K with 3,200 meters of elevation gain. And she ran it in 4:47. So sub 6 minutes per K, which is quite an achievement. And then she came over to Europe to race Sierzinal. She was 28th, because that's a very different type of race. And it's fast and furious. It's almost closer to mountain running than to ultra racing. And then because she was over in Europe and probably for CCC, that's why she took part in Sierzinal. But she did CCC and she finished 4th. So here, no wonder she's confirming her legitimacy on the 100K distance. What an athlete, what a woman. And we do have a quick commercial break coming up. Don't worry, we'll be right back to keep following her into the finish line. So stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
We know you are ready for new journey and get new experiences.
Open up the sea, climbing to the mountain.
Wherever provinces you go, all of hotels in Thailand are welcome you.
Please assure in every communication by AIS.
The fastest and strongest network with the largest amount of spectrum and will be widest coverage in Thailand. You can assure that enjoying new experiences in Thailand is safe by AIS 5G, #1, the fastest network in Thailand.
The Ultra Trail de Mont-Blanc is the Super Bowl of trail running.
I've had 4 attempts at getting to run UTMB. I mean, 4th place without a doubt feels unfulfilling. And failure is okay. The current fall is just one moment. The places where you really grow are the ones that keep kicking you in the teeth.
And we're back with Hau Ti on her way to the finish line. 3.5K to go. And she'll be able to claim the win in that 100K. And look at her, still cruising at a pretty solid pace here, making good ground. Still a bit of bounce in her stride. But yeah, it's been a long day. Almost 12 hours elapsed. But she's irreparably creeping up on people, whether they were ahead of her in the 100K or those are 50K runners that are finishing their day. It's good. People are moving out of the way. Certainly appreciate that. Oh, I hope we're not losing our camera mountain biker. It's a bit of a challenge to be going so slow up a hill. A bit of a challenge for our camera mountain biker, but it's all good. It's all done. They've also had a really long day. So I think a big shout out to all these camera runners and camera mountain bikers who has provided those images. I mean, picture that. We're covering today the 100 miles, the 100K, the 50K, both men's and women's. That's a lot to cover and to be out there for. Those people are absolutely world-class, transitioning between camera runners, camera mountain bikers, drone pilots. It takes a village to provide you with those images, with this live coverage. And maybe it looks like our camera mountain bikers might have run out of battery. And is now struggling a little bit to get up that hill and to go around these runners.
Sorry. TV. Sorry. Thanks.
And there we go. That's the sign. That's the left-hand turn. She is now all downhill to the finish. Hau Ti from Vietnam is on her way to claiming another great win in her career. And will set a time of reference in this 100K. Because if you're only joining us now, as much as this is the 4th edition of the Doi Inthanon Thailand by UTMB, this is the first time they have this course. All routes have been redesigned. And we're transitioning towards the finish line, so I don't know who might be coming into that finish line. Perhaps it's Yuan who's third in the 100-mile race. There we go. There she is with her red shorts. She's coming in. She was in the mix. She was side to side with Liana for a long time, but eventually fell behind a little bit towards the end. She will still claim the third place on the podium.
Female animals from China มารับอันดับ3หญิง100ไมล์กันนะคะ Trans in 160
Couple of 100 meters away from the finish line, and that will be a done deal in the pocket for Wu Yuanyuan, representing Team Ultra from China. She's almost there, and Team China would have definitely scored pretty high today on this 100-mile race, because the top 5 still to arrive, obviously, but is from China. 6th place, Arika Ito from Japan, and then Kiri Henninger in 7th place so far. But here she is.
Well done.
A big smile on her face. Yeah, I mean, she's been out for almost 31 hours, crosses the finish line, and all of a sudden, almost assaulted. So yeah, it's important to give those runners a bit of time to regroup, to kind of pull it together. Like, it's hard to fathom what they've gone through during that whole time, whole day, whole night, and then almost an entire day again out. And there she is, close to Liana. She had actually left the aid station ahead of Liana at that point. And then going down from the Relic of the Buddha at the aid station here. Took a wee while, and there. Down that last stretch. What a race. What a race for Wu Yuanyuan. There we go. I hope we can switch to see how she is doing. There we go. Thank you. Perfect images from the studios. Thanks for that. It looks like she fell probably towards the end. She had dirt all over her front and her hand. And as I was telling you, it's 3 out of 3 for China and possibly 5 out of 5. Chen Li, Liana, and Wu Yuanyuan.
100 กิโลหญิงกันแล้วเดี๋ยวสเปนจะกลับไป briefing ด้วยกันนะคะ after I received 100k champion female and I'll go back for the briefing 20k and 10k.
And shortly after, I feel like we're gonna be going back to our soon-to-be 100k champion Hau Ti from Vietnam. There we go, your winner of the 100 miles of the day, Hau Ti, followed by Gediminas Grignius and Benyat Mamisol. They were together for so long, and then it was in the last 7 kilometers that Gediminas found the mental strength and the resilience to pull away from Benyat. And Benyat actually fell apart a little bit because he lost some 20 minutes on Gediminas in that last section, and Gediminas indeed finishing second place in the 100 miles, punched his ticket to Western States, as well as his entry automatically into the UTMB World Series final in Chamonix. And there you see Benyat Mamisol, happy to be finished, but cleared a bit of a bitter feeling about that third place, just missed the golden ticket. And this is the last steps towards the finish of Chen Li, who ended up crossing the finish line a few minutes before Li Anna. There she is, Li Anna. She wasn't too far back, but that was just not enough. So both these ladies also punched their ticket to Western States 2024, as well as the final of the UTMB World Series final in Chamonix. And to complete the podium, Wu Yuanyuan, representing Team Ultra, 3 out of 3 for China. And on the right-hand side of your screen, she is there, making her way to the finish, Hau Ti from Vietnam. We're back with her.
Vietnam! Win, win, win! Yeah!
And she's already celebrating her win. She says, win, win, win for Vietnam. Look at her fly. I don't know if she realizes there's another kilometer and a half that's going to be a hard one to do at this pace. Giving hearts to what I believe is the Miu running team. I'm sure you'll know in the chat when you'll hear that.
Par contre, je sais pas pourquoi elle m'appelle Vietnam. Moi, je m'appelle Arthur.
Yeah, I think she had launched a charge a tiny bit early, but it's fine. She's got time to make it to the finish. No need to stress. She can take it in and let the whole Vietnamese community here on the chat go absolutely mental. What a bliss What a bliss to see her with such a smile, even cheering all the runners on, telling them to run, run, run.
Yeah!
Hey, what a great soul. What a good heart. And what a strong athlete. Once again on her way to winning the Elephant 100. 12 hours elapsed. Total distance 95 kilometers, 5,910 meters of elevation gain and loss. Left this morning from the Royal Park, Rajapurek, and she will be back to cross the line as the first female representing Thailand. And making her way through the participants of all the other distances. It's going to be a bit of a climb that you can see up ahead in the distance. And once she will crest that, it will be all downhill. There you go, final effort before rolling into the finish line, back to the Royal Park of Rajapurek, where she started this morning, 4 a.m. local time. What a race for Hau Ti. And that's it. All the way down now. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise in the chat. She will feel it. She will feel your love, your encouragement, your cheerings. Another 300 meters and she will be done with that 100K. And she'll be crowned the queen of the Elephant 100 at this 2023 edition of Doi Inthanon Thailand by UTMB. Their third major of the series.
Kumakai from Japan.
20K and 10K right now. And with our class director,
คุณปริญ
Dr.
ญา
Chupon
ยินดีด้วย
Chutda, or
นะครั
Dr.
บ
Chung. You can call him Dr. Chung. And you
ใกล้
know
มา
me,
ถึง
so
แล้ว
please
นะครับ
MC.
First Female 100K
เช่นค่ะพี่ตุงค่ะ
เอาเลยเนาะ
ค่ะ
โอเคครับ ครับ ก็ยินดีต้อนรับนะครับสู่โลกของการวิ่งเทรลนะครับ2 ระยะล่าสุดที่เราจะรีฟกันวันนี้น่าจะเป็น
Oh, I think we're going to have to stop that interview because she is coming and she deserves the full attention of that finish line.
With UTMB Trail ครั้งแรกกับ UTMB
She
นะ
coming out
Welcome to
First
UTMB
Female
family
overall Elephant
We are celebrating 20
100
years มาฉลอง 20 ปี
Who
ด้วยกันเลย
are
นะคะ
from
ก็เกริ่นทุกครั้งนะครับ
Vietnam
ในการบรีฟเนี่ยถ้าเป็นระยะสั้นๆแล้วกันเนาะเราอาจจะบรีฟ
And there we go, people, representing Vietnam,
ถือว่าเป็นการ
Hau Ti,
ให้ความรู้กับเพื่อน
and a massive smile on her face. Look at this, she looks as fresh as a daisy.
ๆเราจะได้ปรับ รับตัว
Congratulations,
So as you we can
And
call
the
it
stoke is high.
camera, we will briefly explain you about the long distance as well. So
Okay.
it's going to be your knowledge. Maybe next year from 10-20K you up to 100K.
Next
And there you go. I think that was
แล้วก็เกี่ยวกับการ
her crew. He's been by her side the whole time.
กฎกติกาต่างๆนะครับแต่ว่าเกริ่นไว้ก่อนว่าเรามีกติกาหรือมีกฎไม่ใช่เพื่อการลงโทษหรือการห้ามไม่ให้คุณจบนะครับแต่หลักๆเลยวัตถุประสงค์คือเพื่อความปลอดภัยนะครับเพื่อความแฟร์ยุติธรรมนะครับแฟร์แอนด์ฟันด้วยนะฮะแข่งอย่างสนุกด้วยนะครับเพราะวันยุติธรรมนะครับแล้วก็ต้องช่วยกันรักษาสิ่งแวดล้อมด้วยครับ
Do we have the rules not to punish you, give you a punishment, but to be safe, to be fun, to be fair, and to be
ต่อเลยครับ
friendly
Next
for
slide.
everything.
โอเคอย่างไรก็ตามนะครับอันนี้รูก็คือเขาจะเขียนไว้อย่างนี้นะครับว่าโอเคทุกท่านเนี่ยสมัครได้แล้วมานั่งตรงนี้ได้เนี่ยแสดงว่าได้มีการตรวจเช็คเกียร์เรียบร้อยแล้วนะครับ
As long as you're already here, the gear has been checked, everything is approved for you already.
ครับแต่ว่าในการแข่งขันนะครับเทรลทั่วไปทุกระยะนะครับผู้จัดนะครับสามารถทำการสุ่มเช็คได้ random นะครับสามารถสุ่มเช็คอุปกรณ์ได้
But by the morning, we might.
There you go on the
check,
replay.
you
The joy,
before
the joy of Hau Ti.
เช่นเดียวกันนะครับ
And she kept repeating it. She didn't win for herself. She won for Vietnam, for the whole community, the whole trail running community in Vietnam.
เซสชั่น2เซสชั่นนะครับแต่ว่า ต้องขึ้น
That smile does not get old.
แล้วอากาศจะเย็นเขาอาจจะตรวจสอบอุปกรณ์มีเฮดแลมไหมนะครับโทรศัพท์มือถือมีแบตเตอรี่เกินครึ่งไหมนะครับอุปกรณ์กันหนาวมีหรือเปล่าอย่างเงี้ยครับ
So you only 2 stations, but if you get in the dark, they might random check your headlamp or your jacket or whatsoever, etc. Okay, so you have to be ready for all your gears.
ครับแล้วก็นอกจากอุปกรณ์แล้วนะครับคุณหมอประจำสเตชันเนี่ยก็จะตรวจเช็คความสมบูรณ์แล้วกันนะความพร้อ
And
ม
look
ข
at
องร่าง
that.
กายนะครับว่านักวิ่งคน
The crew is still there. That's probably recovery drink as much as you probably not wanting to have any more like race nutrition or so. Like if you can force yourself to take it down in the next 30 minutes after your effort, whether this is a hard workout, a long run, or a race, that makes such a difference for your recovery and rebuilding all the muscle that you've broken down and damaged. So yeah, it does make a difference. But obviously after a race, sometimes you're just like, all right, well, I'm done. I'm going to take whatever time it takes to recover, and I'd rather crack a beer open. If you can process that recovery drink and proteins in the next 30-minute window after you stop your effort, that is actually very beneficial. And then in the hours that follow that, you should have like a big carb intake as well to then replenish the glycogen stores. But once again, like you sometimes would much rather just go in celebration mode and forget about all the protocols and the things you need to do as an athlete. But it's up to everyone to do as they please.
Well trained for every year. This is if anything happen, our medical team ready
ครั
to
บต่อไปเลยครับ
help
สไล
you.
ด์สไลด์ต่อไปครับครับแต่ยังไงก็ตามเนี่ยสิ่งสำคัญที่สุดนะครับอันนั้นคือความช่วยเหลือจากภายนอกนะครับแต่การวิ่งเทรลเนี่ยมันคือการแข่งขันที่เราต้องพึ่งตัวเองอย่างน้อยนะครับก็คือจากเริ่มต้น
Nihil liberty. I think we say Kap Kun Kra if you're from Thailand. And if you're from Vietnam, I have absolutely no idea how to say thank you.
แต่ระหว่างสเตชันเนี่ยเราจะต้องดูแลตัวเองนะฮะเพราะว่ามันไม่เหมือนวิ่งถนนนะครับที่แพทย์หรือเขามีเครื่องกระตุกหัวใจเนี่ยอยู่ตลอดช่วงเลยใช่ไหมแต่ว่าเทรลเนี่ยเราอยู่ในป่าอยู่คนเดียวนั่นเป็นเหตุผลว่าเราต้องพึ่งตัวเองด้วยนะครับถึงแม้เราจะมีทีมแพทย์ทีมเรสคิวไว้แล้วนะครับนักกีฬาต้องพร้อมนะครับนั่นเป็นสาเหตุว่าเราต้องมีเกียร์มีอะไรต่างๆนะครับแล้วก็ฝึกซ้อมมาดี
So as Dr. say, save a medical assistant. Of course, we have the medical team and Marshall to assist you. But this is as a trail running. You always be in the forest, on the mountain or whatever. That's why you have to have the fully gears ready for yourself. Also, you have to help yourself before you meeting a medical team because maybe you're right in the middle of the forest or the jungle and no one's with you. So please help yourself first
ครับเรามี
before.
มืออาชีพคอยช่วย เราช่วยตัวเองได้นะครับ แต่มันก็อาจจะเกิด
So it's Nil Liberty. I'm learning at the same time. So come on, is that how you say it? Come on. I mean, thank you in Vietnamese.
ในเรสนะครับ
Come on.
มีโอกาส
Well, come on, everyone, and come on to Hau Ti for such a beautiful attitude and such a strong race that inspired all of us to go and practice trail running a little more, and for showing such great spirits and representing her country. So, come on, Hau Ti.
ถ้าเราไม่ช่วยคนอื่นนะครับ
All right, as we are running trail, but we're like a friend and family. If you found some of the runner, which is we run together on the course, see them injury, please help them, okay? Don't deny them. As a rule, if you're running and like he's injured, I denied him, I will be disqualified, okay, as a rule. So please help your friends along the course.
ครับบางครั้งเราก็ช่วยไม่ได้เพราะเราไม่อาจจะตื่นเต้นไม่มีความรู้เลยก็ตามเนี่ยก็ช่วยบอกคนอื่นนะฮะช่วยบอกเจ้าหน้าที่ประจำเส้นทางนะครับอันนั้นก็เป็นช่องทางที่เราถือว่าเราช่วยแล้วนะครับ
So if you're nervous, you don't know how to help, please contact any marshal assistant.
And there we go. We are back on the course, back following live. This is Ragna Debats, second place in this Elephant 100 and cruising, making her way to the finish line. It won't be quite a wee while before she can cross the finish line, but look at her, still moving, still going at a very strong pace up that hill. Ragna is a beast. And so let's see when she's anticipated in 19 minutes to be crossing the finish line. So we get a bit of time to spend with Ragna Debats from the Netherlands, representing Team Merel. And I mean, just to name a few, because there are just so many in Ragna's career, but the most recent ones in 2023, she did the trail Roca Cobra in Spain, just quote unquote the 20K, but she did the Aconcagua Ultra Trail 100K that she won in Argentina. She did the Marathon des Sables, the stage race in Morocco, where she finished 8th. Then she did the Cat 100 by UTMB, and she ran the 50K category, where she finished 5th. Then Salomon Ultra Pyrenees 100K, where she finished 3rd, and the Javelina 100 miles over in the US. Big shout out to Jamil Aravapai Running, who puts on so many good races over in the US. And she finished 2nd. So these are all the races she's done in 2023. So you see, she has kept herself pretty busy. And that's probably the last one of the season for Ragna. Currently sitting in 2nd place. And she's safe and sound, because 3rd place from France, Émilie Maroto, is almost 30 minutes behind. So now it's just a matter of making it to the finish line. And as you can see, we're already losing a bit of light. So hopefully it's going to stay clear until we have Emily coming into the finish line. So she's expected in 51 minutes. That should be okay. Fingers crossed. And here, camera mountain bikers are doing loop for a few hours now, picking up the runners as they come in, taking them all the way to the finish, and then there's a road that they can take and that completes the loop to get back onto the course and pick up the next runners. So fingers crossed, we'll have another mountain biker, probably the one who was with Hau Ti, that is now closing the loop to get back on the course and catch the French runner third, currently in the 100K, the Elephant 100, Emily Maroto.
Excuse me. Sorry. Thank you.
And here we go. Are we getting to the sign just yet? Not quite yet for Ragna Debats. And that would have been actually another very solid day in the office for the family, because Pere Aurel was running in the 100 miles. No, in the 100K. In the 100K, sorry. I'm struggling to keep it together. Oof. What happened there? This is our camera mountain biker who's struggling a little bit to go up that hill and negotiate her way up. She might have to actually get off the bike and push it for that section. Runners are very, very away.
No, it's okay. I have to follow her. Thank you.
So yeah, Pere Aurel was fifth earlier in the 100K, and Ragna is going to score a super solid second place in the 100K as well. And there we go, in Thailand. This is something I can actually teach you, because people taught me last year to say thank you is Kub Kun Kra if you're a man, and if you're a woman, it's actually Kub Kun Ka, and then you have a long A at the end of the Ka, so it's Kub Kun Ka. You can extend it, while if you're a man, it's like Kub Kun Kra with kind of a rolling R at the end. So there you go. If you actually go to Thailand, you'll know how to say thank you, which always is important. to know the local language to say this kind of thing. And there is that sign that is telling that you're getting to the end of the climb. Ragna Debats is now transitioning into downhill mode. It's only 2.5 Ks now to the finish, if that.
Behind. Thank you.
And down she goes. I'm just back on the comment. I do appreciate your feedback. You know, if once again we that if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here with all these technical resources, all these people out there. You know, it's a massive team effort between the studio, the coordination of all the camera runners, camera mountain bikers. As I said, like they're doing loops to catch runners after runners after runners, and to make sure we're getting as much coverage for everyone in all the different races. And so, yeah, we're pretty happy when everything works and we have images and we can tell those runners' stories and share them with you. This is where everybody wins. And so we're always super, super happy to share that with you. So to all the Vietnamese people, the trail running community that was supporting Hau Ti, come on, everyone. And for all the people in Thailand, Khop Khun Kra, for again being with us and appreciating that live coverage. We certainly having fun sharing that moment with you and all these beautiful achievements from all the runners. And we're not done yet. We still have Ragna Debats here on your screen, making her way to the finish line as it's getting darker and darker. And as she's making her way to the finish line, we have a bit of a video edit to show you, to inspire you even more, because this is a very emotional video you'll see during the OCC 2023 that took place. So I'm going to let you listen to that video edit as we still have Ragna Debats on the right-hand side of your screen.
J'ai un handicap de naissance. Et je fais de la joëlette depuis à peu près, je dirais, 13 ans.
Il y a eu un très très gros boulot en aval, donc merci d'avoir passé beaucoup de temps. On sait qu'on va avoir mal, on sait qu'il y aura des moments difficiles. Roxane, je crois que tu as une belle journée qui t'attend, mais une difficile journée aussi. Ouais.
Bonne route la joëlette, hein. Sois forte.
La joëlette, c'est un espèce de pouce-pouce, on va dire, monoroue. Donc il y a une personne qui est à l'arrière, au moins une personne à l'avant pour tirer, mais là, quand on est en montagne, il en faut un petit peu plus.
Moi, ce qui me plaît dans la joëlette, c'est d'avoir la sensation de courir. Bon, j'aime les randonnées en joëlette, mais je préfère les courses. Plus elles sont difficiles, plus ça me plaît.
Derrière. Roxane, c'est un rayon de soleil. Elle est hyper enjouée. Quand on lui demande ça va Roxane, elle nous répond toujours très bien.
Ils sont pas mal, ils sont pas mal.
Ouais, elle me scotche sur sa joëlette. Alors au niveau de la logistique, il y a 4 équipes de 7-8 coureurs chacune. Nous, on a choisi d'être nombreux parce qu'on est des coureurs lambda. Et c'est l'union qui fait la force, c'est la motivation.
On pense.
prochain relais, on se fait un petit relais de descente un peu technique. Il va falloir faire attention à bien négocier. Il y a un peu de portage, il y a quelques marches.
Ça va les tracteurs devant?
C'est particulier pour nous parce qu'on n'a jamais fait en montagne. On a fait le semi-marathon de Paris, on a fait la Saint-Élion, mais jamais en montagne.
Finir cette course pour nous, c'est montrer à tout le monde que c'est possible. C'est montrer la voie, on espère, à d'autres personnes.
C'est des souvenirs de toute la préparation qui reviennent, tout ce qu'on aura traversé pendant l'épreuve. Et on a réussi, et toute cette synergie du groupe, c'est fabuleux. C'est fabuleux.
Pratiquement 2 heures d'avance, c'est merveilleux, c'est des équipes de choc, donc je savais qu'on allait réussir.
พรุ่งนี้เช้าเนี่ยมันเป็นระยะท้ายๆหรือกลุ่มท้ายๆของทุกระยะแล้วเพราะนั้นระยะ100 ไมล์ 100K แล้วก็20เนี่ย
ล้างค่ะขอบคุณค่ะ Behind. One more. Thank you. Sorry. Behind. Thank you. Right. Okay. Go. Thank you. Behind. Behind. Thank you.
Oh, another thing, we don't have water ready for you. Okay, tomorrow here. Okay, you have to prepare your water tomorrow before come to start line. ต้องนำน้ำมาให้เรียบร้อยนะคะก่อนมาถึงเส้นสตาร์ทนะคะ
ครับโอเคพออย่าเพิ่งพอถึงตัวนี้ปุ๊บเนี่ยทางลงตัวนี้อย่างที่บอกถึงแม้ว่าเอาระยะแนวนอนกับแนวตั้งมาเฉลี่ยเนี่ยมันไม่ได้ชันมากก็จริงแต่มันมีช่วงที่ชันมากนะครับที่ต้องระวังนะครับตรงเนี้ยทางลงในประมาณสักลงมาสักโล2 โลเนี่ยจะมีช่วงที่ชันมากๆนะครับแล้วก็ลื่นด้วยนะครับก็ให้วิ่งลงอย่างระมัดระวัง
So between this area about 1 or 2 kilometers it's very steep down okay when you downhill and very slippery okay very slippery so take caution on this area as well
ครับก็พอลงมาปุ๊บเดี๋ยวก็จะมาเจอเส้นทางร่วมกับระยะ100 ไมล์แล้วก็จะมาเจอเส้นทางร่วมกับระยะ 10K
and you will join route with another distances as well
ครับก็ดูทางแยกให้ดีนะ
just watching the side and the junction okay
พอไปเห็นริบบิ้นที่เข้ามาเงี้ยเราไปวิ่งไปกับเขาเราจะไม่วิ่งสวนกับเขานะครับระยะ10
so just watch the ribbon and the signs okay carefully
ครับโอเคก็เรื่องพื้นผิวต่างๆน่าจะประมาณนี้ข้ามไปเลยครับข้ามไปเซสชั่นต่อไปเลยครับต่อไปครับต่อไปอีกภาพหนึ่งโอเคแผน B ภาพต่อไปเลยอันนี้พูดคร่าวๆนะครับอย่างที่บอกอันนี้ก็เป็นภาพของ100 ไมล์อีกแล้วนะฮะก็ให้ทราบเป็นข้อมูลเฉยๆว่าแผน B หมายถึงเส้นทางที่ผู้จัดเตรียมเอาไว้เป็นแผนสำรองในกรณีที่เกิดเหตุฉุกเฉินเช่นภัยธรรมชาติหรืออะไรก็แล้วแต่ที่ทำให้ใช้เส้นทางปกติไม่ได้นะครับก็ต้องเปลี่ยนมาใช้เส้นสีฟ้าแทนอะไรอย่างเงี้ยนะครับ
So this is show you for the plan B that any emergency happen, you know, nature happen, so we have to use plan B.
เป็นไงบ้างครับบรรยากาศเอ็กซ์โปวันสุดท้ายวันนี้เรียกว่าเกือบวันสุดท้ายดีกว่า
For 20 and 10K won't have any plan B because it's very short distance.
ต่อไปเลยครับไปเลยระยะ
พาเลท20
ต่อไปครับอันนี้ให้ดูเฉยๆครับว่านี่ข้อมูลก็2-3 วันที่แล้วนะครับก็คือสภาพอากาศนะครับไม่ค่อยร้อนขึ้นนะครับแต่ว่าโชคดีว่าตอนสตาร์ท100 ไมล์เนี่ยฝนตก
น่าเสียดายมาก
เรื่องความร้อนไม่เป็นปัญหาแต่ว่ากลายเป็นเจอว่าหนาว
ผมฝากตรงนี้ไว้กับพี่ไผ่ด้วยละกันผมไปละ
เดี๋ยวถ้ามีฝนมันเปลี่ยนแปลงอยู่แล้วนะครับแต่ว่าเราไม่ได้สูงมาก
อันดับ2ใช่ไหม The second place of 100K
ของเรา 10K สตาร์ท
Congratulations
So it's gonna be quite warm and let's say hot
20K ตอนลงน่าจะร้อน
20K a downhill when you finish it's gonna be hot
โอเคน่าจะห่วงเรื่องความร้อนยกเว้นฝนตกถ้าฝนตก
Ragna
มันลื่นไปแห้งๆเมื่อกี้เนี้ย
Congratulations
tonight is rain it's might wet and muddy and slippery okay
ครับโอเคสไลด์ต่อไปเลยครับ
ไปเลยค่ะ
อันนี้เป็นของ100 ไมล์นะครับลอง50เอาสไลด์ต่อไปครับ
ไปเลยค่ะ
โอเคอันนี้ก็เหมือนกันผมคงไม่ได้ลงรายละเอียดนะครับอยู่ในคู่มือมีดีเทลเยอะแต่ว่าให้รู้ว่าจริงๆแล้วเนี่ยถ้าเราไปวิ่งไกลขึ้นวิ่งเข้าป่ามากขึ้นเนี่ยมันจะมีอุปกรณ์เพิ่มขึ้นเรื่อยๆนะครับอย่างครั้งนี้เนี่ย 20K ให้คล้ายกับ 50K เลยถูกไหมฮะคนที่วิ่ง 20K เนี่ยทั้งหมดเลยบางคนบอกฉันวิ่งเฉพาะกลางวันน่ะทำไมต้องมีเฮดแลมป์คือทำไมต้องมีเฮดแลมป์ไฟฉายด้วยนะครับอันนี้คือผมเคยถูกสอนอย่างนี้นะครับว่าเมื่อเราเข้าป่าเนี่ยเราเข้าไปแล้วเราไม่รู้เลยว่าเราจะได้ออกมาเมื่อไหร่เราไม่สามารถคาดเดาได้มันอาจจะเกิดเหตุการณ์อะไรก็ได้ที่เราต้องติดอยู่ในป่าแล้วก็ติดข้ามคืนนะครับงั้นถ้าเรามีไฟทำให้เราไม่ตาบอด
Okay maybe the question in your mind that why we run only 20 or 10 cars we need the headlamp because Dr. Chung said once you're in the forest
คนนี้ก็เป็นอีลิท100 โลนะฮะ
It's might dark you know in the daytime but you're in the jungle it's might dark you know that's why we need the headlamp you never know what happened in the forest it's a lot of trees it's might very dark so that's why we need the headlamps with you
จริงๆ 10K ไม่ได้บังคับนะครับแต่ว่าจริงๆ
But 10K we
มีไว้ก็ดีถูกไหมเรา
But we recommend you to have as well
10K ไม่ได้บังคับ20K เนี่ยบังคับนะครับ
20K is
สตาร์ทตอน
mandatory
ตี 5ด้วยนะครับสตาร์ทตอนตี 5ก็กระจัง
20K mandatory but 10K we not like you know really
อย่างอื่นก็อาจจะมีเหตุผลในบางเรื่องอย่างเช่น ของ 20K เนี่ยเรามีอาหารเสิร์ฟข้างบนใช่ไหมก็ต้องมีชา มีช้อนส่วนตัว
So
อะไรอย่างเงี้ย
for 20K, we have the food station. You need to have a reusable bowl and fork as well as
ครับ
spoon.
ทุกอย่างมีเหตุผลแล้วกันนะครับ แต่ว่าบางคนว่ามันอาจจะไม่ได้จำเป็นแต่เราอาจจะนึกไม่ถึงนะครับมันก็คือมีเผื่อไว้ แล้วก็เป็นการเรียนรู้เตรียมความพร้อมในการวิ่งคือถ้าเป็น100 ไมล์เนี่ยไอ้ที่มีทั้งหมดเนี่ยมันยังไม่เพียงพอด้วยซ้ำไปครับ
Even 100 miles, you know what you have here is not enough.
ครับโอเคครับต่อไปครับสไลด์ต่อไปโอเคครับ way marking ก็GPS อาจจะไม่จำเป็นในลักษณะนี้นะครับแต่ว่า 20K เนี่ยคงไม่หลงนะคือถ้าหลง GPS จะเป็นตัวช่วยให้เรากลับสู่แท็กได้เอางั้นเลยครับ
Okay, this is show that for the GPX for any distance, but I think 20 and 10K is not going to be get lost anyway.
สำหรับคนที่ซีเรียสหมายถึงว่าซีเรียสในเรื่องของการใช้ GPX นะครับอาจจะต้องบอกไว้ก่อนว่า GPS tag กับไอ้ผูก marking เนี่ยอาจจะไม่ตรงกันบางส่วนคาดเคลื่อนนิดหน่อย
For if you like really focusing serious, you look at GPX and the ribbon marking is not really exactly the same position.
ซึ่งมันก็เกี่ยวกับ error ของระบบกับ
ยินดีด้วยนะครับ
So it might be the error from the system or the marshal that put the marking for you. They try to find the easier way, the best way for you to
ต่อไป
run.
เลยครับเรื่องต่อไปโอเคนะครับริบบิ้นก็จะเป็นสีส้มนะครับมีสะท้อนแสงด้วยนะครับเพราะว่ามันสำหรับทุกระยะนะครับ
Yeah, reflection on our orange ribbon. Okay.
ต่อไปครับต่อไปอันนี้มีสไลด์ต่อไปครับครับแล้วก็ไม่แน่ใจว่าเป็นข้อมูลก่อนแล้วกันนะครับว่าถ้าเราไม่สามารถจะมีกิ่งไม้ที่จะปลูกริบบิ้นได้นะครับเราก็จะใช้แฟลกนะครับใช้ธงนะครับแต่ว่าเน้นอีกทีว่าธงไม่ใช่ลูกศรนะฮะ flag is not an arrow.
Okay, in case that we cannot tie the ribbon on the tree, we'll use this flag. But repeat, this is the flag, not an arrow. It's a flag, not an arrow. So don't go at the flag pointing and run. Please don't do that.
โอเคต่อไปเลยครับต่อไปarrow จริงๆคือตัวนี้
This is the real arrow.
arrow คือตัวนี้แล้วก็ wrong way นะครับ wrong way ก็คือกันว่าเวลาวิ่งเทรลเนี่ยมันมักจะมีทางหลักตรงๆเนี่ยบางครั้งเส้นทางมันต้องเลี้ยวนะครับแต่ถ้าเราวิ่งเพลินๆเราก็วิ่งทางตามทางเราไปเรื่อยแล้วเราก็ไม่สนใจนะครับผู้จัดก็ต้องมักจะมีจริงๆไม่ได้เป็นกฎว่าต้องมีนะเราต้องรู้ตัวว่าต้องคอยดูว่ามันจะถึงทางเลี้ยวต้องมีริบบิ้นบอกให้เลี้ยวลูกศรบอกให้เลี้ยวนะครับแต่เพื่อช่วยนักวิ่งที่เผลอวิ่งเกินออกไปเนี่ยก็จะมี wrong way ไว้นะครับแต่ไม่รับประกันว่าต้องมีที่นะครับทุกแยกนะครับ
So this is a real sign for like arrow. Do not enter wrong way, left or right or straight
ส
ahead.
ไลด์ต่อไปครับอันนี้ก็เราไม่เจอเลยนะอย่างเช่นจุดบางช่วงเขาห้ามใช้โพลนะครับเพราะเป็นสถานที่บอบบางทางชีวภาพห้ามวิ่งอันนี้สำคัญอันนี้เป็นกฎทั่วไปอยู่แล้วนะครับถ้าเป็นเทรลเนี่ยห้ามวิ่งออกนอกเส้นทางนะครับเพราะว่าเราอาจจะวิ่งในเส้นทางที่มีพืชเฉพาะถิ่นอยู่นะครับแล้วถ้าวิ่งออกไปมันจะอาจจะเหยียบย่ำและทำลายได้อะไรอย่างเงี้ยนะครับ
So it might some of the fragile or sensitive area, so we're not allowed to use the pole, and you have to stay on the path, of course. There's a rules.
อันนี้ข้างล่างก็สำหรับชาวต่างชาติอาจจะไม่คุ้นเคยว่าระหว่างทางจะเจอสัตว์หลากหลายมากเลยนะครับสัตว์เลี้ยงของชาวบ้านนะครับวัวควายนะครับและรวมถึงเราไม่เจออยู่ดี
อาจจะเจอก็ได้นะใครจะรู้ So the sign at the bottom, it is in Thailand. You're not gonna find the cow. You might meet cow, a buffalo, a dog, a cat, or maybe elephant. Okay.
ต่อไปเลยครับข้ามไปเลยต่อไปเลยครับโอเคก็
Any question
จริงๆพูดเกินไปเยอะพูดเกินไปเรื่องอื่นไปเยอะอย่างที่บอกนะครับว่า
ถือว่าเป็นความรู้ค่ะเราต้องจุงหา
ก็น่าจะประมาณนี้
มีคำถามไหมคะ Any questions I have a course director
ผม
here
จะรู้เฉพาะเรื่องเส้นทาง
He's gonna go back to the forest now เราต้องจุงจะกลับเข้าป่าแล้วนะคะรีบถามนะคะมีคำถามไหมคะ Any questions that you want to know
ที่พูดไปทั้งหมดเนี่ยมีลิปปี้มีอะไรแล้วเนี่ยตอนกลางคืนเดี๋ยวก็จะมีคนหลงเป็นเรื่องปกติ
โอเค you might get lost
เดินผ่านสเตชันมีคำถามแล้ว
คะติดไหมคะ
ระยะ 20 จำเป็นต้องใช้ผมนะครับ
จริงๆ ถ้าใช้เป็นนะมันใช้เป็นควรจะใช้ แต่ถ้าใช้ไม่เป็นมันจะเป็นภาระเรา ถ้าเราใช้เป็นนึกออกไหมถ้าเราใช้เป็นคือมันจะช่วยให้เราให้ขึ้นได้ดีขึ้น แล้วคนที่ใช้เป็นจริงๆเนี่ยตอนลงก็ช่วยนะ ทั้งขึ้นทั้งลงเนี่ยผมใช้ตลอดขึ้นช่วยในเรื่องของแรงใช่ไหมตอนลงเนี่ยก็คือช่วยในเรื่องของการพยุงตัว แต่ถ้าใช้ไม่เป็นมันเป็นภาระและทำให้เราช้าลง แล้วก็เป็นอันตรายกับเพื่อนร่วมทางด้วย
So he's asking about using the pole. Dr. Jung said, if you know how to use the pole, yeah, he suggests you to bring the pole to help you for uphill and downhill. But if you don't know how to use the pole is your burden. Okay? The pole is your burden. You have to throw it away. So make sure that you know how to use the pole.
ถ้าได้ฝึกมาแล้วผมก็เห็นด้วยนะหรือใครไม่ได้ซีเรียสกับเวลาอยากจะเอาไปฝึกก็ไม่ก็เป็นเรื่องที่ดีแล้วกันนะฮะ
Okay, I'm gonna need some feedback here. Do you guys hear me?
ให้เวลาผมว่าค่อนข้างเยอะ
เยอะค่ะ
ที่ว่าเราไม่ต้องสนใจเวลา
10 กิโลจะเป็นอย่างนี้นะคะ
เวลาเต็มที่ไปฝึกนะครับต้องขึ้น
All right, everyone. I don't know who is still watching, but apparently I've been talking for over half an hour now without providing you with the commentary. So apologize for that. The mistake is probably coming from me. I'm not too sure what happened. So it's a bit of a shame. I'm a bit frustrated because I gave you all the intel, all the details about Ragna, how she ran, all her thanks for the feedback, how dunks, and now you hear me. What a shame. I was telling you all about Ragna's results and how much of a legend she was. I don't know what happened right after. It was probably after Hau Ti finished. And something must have gone wrong with my microphone. This is probably my fault. So I apologize. I'm going to try to make a long story short to talk about right now in Pereorel that we saw on the finish line. That's her partner who finished 5th earlier in the 100K as well. She's done super well this season. And we're waiting now for the 3rd place finish coming from France in the women's category, Emilie Maroto. There's so much to talk about in this about this woman. I was telling you all about it. She's from La Réunion Island, so I'm just going to repeat myself. But I guess I'm just going to be repeating for me because none of you heard that. Obviously, world-class runner. She's won La Réunion in 2021, like Benyat Marmisol, who finished 3rd in 100 miles just a few hours ago. And she competed in La Réunion, le Grand Raid de La Réunion in 2023. This year, she finished 3rd. So obviously another world-class runner, but she's far from only being a pro runner. She's also a physiotherapist, and she's also a researcher doing a whole lot of work about women and incontinence due to ultra running. Because this is apparently something that not a whole lot of people are aware of and know about, but apparently this is something that truly happens, probably because of the amount of pounding the women go through in an ultra running race, and that probably creates damage in the pelvic floor. And so she is working still on figuring out what the solutions could be, and apparently she's developed a device, a silicone device that women can utilize during these long races, and possibly that could prevent women from having this type of incontinence due to ultra running. What else did I miss? Yeah, the whole team. Big shout out to the entire team, the camera runners. I don't know if you heard that when I said that, but the camera mountain bikers who have been providing the images in the last couple of hours with all the runners, on that single track when they were coming up the hill, and we had the feeling that they were struggling going up that hill. And it was true, is because these mountain bikes had run out of battery, but they were so committed that they decided to continue covering the races and pedal just from the strength of their legs. But obviously the camera mountain bike were heavy, and that's why they were struggling going up that hill with Hau Ti and with Ragna Debats. So now we're still on that finish line and waiting for Emilie Maroto to come and across the finish line, claim their third spot on the podium, and we can celebrate these absolute legends, this ultra running finest woman that we know, who have come and competed in the fourth edition of the Doi Inthanon Thailand by UTMB, and for the second time, it is the third major in the World Series. This is the major for Asia Pacific, the major for the Americas was Canyons, and the major for the European continent was Val d'Aran, that took place at the beginning of July earlier this year. And so we hope you enjoyed that live coverage. The live coverage so provided by Outdoor Sports Live. Outdoor Sports Live being the combination of Moose Production, LTV Prod, and Focal, three companies specialized in their own field, and putting their resources and strength and experience together to create Outdoor Sports Live and broadcast all the live coverage during the UTMB World Series season. And as I was saying, but again, this is something you haven't heard because somehow my mic was not working. I think it's getting pretty late here, and after probably some 13 hours of live coverage, I must have done something wrong. But anyway, the idea is clear: is to offer you the best possible images, best possible experience to follow those races, and with one intention in mind, is to inspire to go out yourself and experience trail running, whether it is for a jog and even like a walk run. It doesn't have to be competitive, it doesn't have to be 100 miles. Just if we can inspire you to go out and run in the mountains, explore your local trails, then it's a win for all of us. It's mission accomplished. And now we have more runners coming in. I'm just going to try and check how far she is. 11 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Emilie Maroto representing Team Run Passion Trail for France. I guess they are on the French channel, tuning in from La Réunion and all over the French territory. She's expected in 11 minutes again to come and cross the line, to come third in the Elephant 100, 95 kilometers, 5,910 meters of elevation gain. So we're still with you all, following all these runners celebrating their finish. In the different categories at the Royal Park of Rajapurek. And what a finish. I mean, if we revisit the day, in all the races, what an experience we had. in the 100 miles. In the men's category, Ji from China representing Team Hoka took the win in a spectacular fashion. And then there was a hell of a battle between Jedimir Nasgrunius and Benyam Armisol. And it was only until 7 kilometers to the finish at the aid station that Jedimir Nasgrunius managed to pull away from Benyam Armisol, leaving the aid station just before him, and eventually securing a second place as well as a ticket for the Western States golden ticket that is so precious for so many runners. And in the female category, it was also a one-woman show, although she got challenged at some point, but Chen Lin has managed to secure the win, representing Adidas Terex from China. And then she was followed rather closely by Li Anna. And then eventually another 40 minutes later came Wu Yuan. And in 23 minutes, we're expecting Qi Wengfei. And in 1 hour 40, Chen Rongrong. So that will be your top 5 in the 100 miles, all women from China.
UTMB is the greatest racing week in trail running.
On a affaire à des gens ordinaires.
And now we do have the teaser for the 52-minute video about the 2023 UTMB experience across 3 different races. I'm going to let you hear that.
You can feel it. I don't have regrets.
She's a rising talent in the trail running scene right now.
And to be able to give something to the world, which can be small or big or something in between.
And you see the lights have come on that finish line, and the temple once again is lit up for probably one of the most spectacular backdrop for a finish line in this UTMB World Series. If you had been following Doi Inthanon Thailand by UTMB last year, the finish line was a huge structure made out of bamboo. It was within the Doi Inthanon National Park. That's why I was telling you that the course has changed this year, because all the finishes of this year's races across all distances are finishing right here in Chiang Mai in the Royal Park Raja Churek. And this is where we'll still welcome a whole lot of runners all the way through. So once again, there's been so many outstanding results. I have done the recap about the 100 miles. If I can find the right tab, I'd love to do it for the 50K as well. And I will do it right after this recap of the other major for the Americas, Canyons by UTMB. Here we go. So that's what I was telling you about. So we have done the recap about the 100 miles, and I want to tell you a little bit about what took place today in the Mont 50. So let's start with the men's category. Liu Tao has done incredibly well once again. He has been flying over the course. Picture that, 49 kilometers, 2,800 meters of elevation gain. And he finished in a blistering time of 4 hours, 16 minutes and 58 seconds. In second place, coming from the United States of America, and his debut on the 50K distance, Michael Baudouin-Rousseau, in 4 hours, 39:07. And then Shi Ai from China takes the third place, 5 minutes back from Michael Baudouin-Rousseau. In the women's, it was also a fierce battle that we really enjoyed seeing. And it was the Italian crowd from Team Scarpa who managed to snap the top position, Elisa Disco, and then followed by Marina Cugneto. Marina Cugneto in 5 hours 19. And Zhu Rifang from China completes the podium in 5 hours 31 and 40 seconds. Let's get back to that finish line where Emilie Maroto from France is estimated to arrive in the next 2 minutes. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We are waiting for her to cross the finish line and feature her as the third place finisher in women's field of this Elephant 100K. 13 hours and 8 minutes elapsed. Once again, I think this is an opportunity to explain what Emilie Maroto is doing in her life, aside from being a world-class runner, winner of Le Diagonal des Fous in 2021 and third place finisher this year. This woman is a physio, a massage therapist in La Réunion Island, as well as a researcher on a problem, an issue that is not very well known, but apparently is very well existing. And it is the problem for women about incontinence that is created due to ultra running. And ladies and gentlemen, what an opportunity to celebrate the finish of Sanjay Sherpa with a smile on his face. The Nepalese runner who lives in France. And I believe is still taking top 10 in this 100 mile. No, 16th overall and 13th representing Team Kailas, Sanjay Sherpa. And we're actually also waiting for Qi Wengfei from Salomon, China, fourth woman in the 100 miles. Man, there's a lot going on that finish line. Oh, yes! Champagne, ladies and gentlemen, that's how you do it. Oh, no, that's actually with the soft flask, but that was well done. Very well done. And that definitely got me. And there we go. Finishing with a smile. What a celebration for all these runners. I'm looking at the comments, and Alex is in the house, and the weather was not very cool indeed. Although it could have been way worse, and thanks to a cloud cover, actually we got the chance to lower a little bit the temperatures for all these runners.
Congratulations from Salomon!
And there she is, ladies and gentlemen. Qi Wengfei, fourth place finisher in the 100 miles. Representing Team Salomon. And we're waiting any minute now. Emily Maroto, third place in the 100K. That's a pretty cool style that she's got there. Pretty cool haircut. Once again, crossing the finish line. It's celebrating a 4th place finish in the 100 miles. Qi Wengfei representing Team Salomon China. And pretty stoked about making it all the way from the start yesterday at 10 a.m. and finishing at the Royal Park of Rajajpurek.
และคนต่อไปนะฮะอาจจะเป็น100 ไมล์ไทยคนแรกคาดว่าจะเป็นอัตพลอินทจักรหรือ
Oh, that was a close call. Mind the little step.
โอ้โหช่วงนี้เป็นช่วงบอยแบนด์เข้ามานะพ่อใหญ่บ้านนะฮะมาแล้วจังหวะดีชิปเป๋งเลยยินดีด้วยนะครับออกทางนี้พ่อมึงออกทางนี้
There's a bit of confusion here on that finish line. People trying to cross again, take a photo. And in the meantime, we're still waiting for Emily Maroto from France, representing Team Run Passion Trail, to come in and claim the 3rd place on the podium of this 100K, the Elephant 100. 13 hours and 14 minutes elapsed so far.
มาลุ้นกันนะครับว่า100 ไมล์ไทยคนแรกจะมาตอนไหนนะฮะปออัธพลอินทจักรจากทีมไทยล้านนะครับ
All right, she's gonna be here any minute now. Emily Maroto from France.
ยินดีด้วยนะจ๊ะคนสวย
I don't know if she can hear us.
ยินดีด้วยนะครับฟินิชเชอร์ทุกท่าน
But the finish line is there, waiting for you to celebrate another podium placing at an international event. And I guess until she arrives, we can already revisit the race in the men's category. And what a fight it has been with Meng Guangfu taking the lead eventually and never looking back finishing in 10 hours, 9 minutes and 22 seconds. In second place, finishing in 10 hours, 42 minutes and 57 seconds was Yu Pekwon. That really was pretty close because he was only a minute behind him. That Bai Hui, another runner from China representing Team Kailas, claimed the third place on the podium. And then eventually, Paul Octavio Butacci and Pere Aurel finished the top 5 in 4th and 5th respectively. And in 6th position was Ludovic Pomeray for this 100K. And in the women's, the Vietnam favorite, Hau Ti, that everybody was so excited about, so fond about. What an absolute legend. This year finished 4th place at CCC.
มาเป็นบอยแบนด์เลยนะตอนนี้
After winning the Ultra Australia in 2023, and she was so happy, so stoked to finish in first position and to bring that win to Vietnam to celebrate with the whole Vietnamese community. And then in second place, Ragna Debats, just over half an hour later. And we're waiting for third place finisher once again, Emilie Maroto from France, who should be popping out in that finish line any moment now. And there she is. It is being announced. We have our team here on the ground.
ขอแสดงความยินดีด้วยนะครับ
How do we get here?
หน้าตายังสดใส
I actually got confused. Or maybe they were telling us that she is coming. And the people on the finish line also got confused. It's been a long day. Bear with us, people. But I think this was definitely a heads up that something was happening. Possibly the first runner from Thailand, Attapol Inthanon, crossing the finish line in the 100 miles.
คนแรกนะฮะทำเวลาไปเท่าไหร่เนี่ย
But we are truly waiting for our third place finisher in the 100K, Emilie Maroto. I hope she's okay. She was expected on the finish line quite a while ago now. Oh wow, and that just switched, and she's expected actually in 9 minutes, which would put her back in 4th place and would bring Sylvia Puiggarneau from Spain to actually come into the finish line before Emilie Maroto. So there's been a bit of a twist here, plot twist, ladies and gentlemen, for this Elephant 100 in the women's category. It looks indeed like Sylvia Puiggarneau from Brooks Trail Running from Spain is expected to cross the finish line here in the Royal Park of Rajaprek in 4 minutes, while now Emilie Maroto is expected to cross the finish line in 8 minutes. So, yep, massive plot twist here, as we were expecting Emilie Maroto to cross the line in 3rd place. Looks like something happened in the last 7 kilometers, and there's been a bit of a change. So now, big question mark as per which woman will come and claim that 3rd place. Yeah, so that did surprise us a little bit, but it's good to have a change all the way until the end, and people challenging each other all the way to the finish line. Big celebration here, woohoo! Well, it's a bit of a bold move, but yeah, why not? There you go. Okay, so apparently there is the confirmation that the French runner Émilie Maroto has gone through the last kilometer, and despite what the live trail prediction is anticipating that Sylvia Pouy-Garneau possibly could be crossing the line ahead of Émilie Maroto, it sounds like Émilie will be the next woman crossing the finish line in this 100K, and therefore the French runner will be claiming the third place here. And look at all these celebrations from these runners. Some have completed 50K today, others 100K, and others 100 miles. And all are joining on this finish line in the Royal Park, Rajapurek in Chiang Mai. Topaz, welcome. Doc, welcome to the live and to the commentary. We're still tuned in to wait for that third place woman finisher in this Elephant 100K. And there's a bit of a question mark here because we're expecting the whole time Émilie Maroto to come in through the finish line in third place. Now, Live Trail is telling us otherwise, and it's possibly Sylvia Pouy-Garneau from Brooks Trail Running Spain that could be crossing the line in third place. And then we've been told that there's a woman who's crossed the 1K the RFID field, and that would be Émilie. So now it's massive confusion here in the studio. What we know is that we see a lot of people coming in with a smile on their face, and this is mission accomplished for the event. There we go. Look at this beautiful aerial shot from our drone pilot still flying. And we can guess that right now this is going to be the third place finisher in this Elephant 100. 13 hours, 26 minutes elapsed so far. And it could be very probable that Émilie Maroto from France, representing Team Run Passion Trail, is going to come in the finishing chute at any moment now. And we will be able to celebrate her third place as well as everybody's performance today. And there she is. It is the French runner indeed. And she is unfolding not the French flag, but the flag from La Réunion. Émilie Maroto. And that is a very emotional finish. She's worked hard to get there. 13 hours, 27 minutes. That is a finish that means a lot to her. Oh, that's what we like to see. I don't think we had tears today yet. Thank you, Emily, for that. What a beautiful finish. Emotions like this is definitely what we enjoy witnessing on all the finish lines of the UTMB World Series. People achieving their impossible, all for different reasons. And celebrating crossing the line, closing the loop, and making their journey across on foot. And there we go, the Elephant 100 top 5, Meng Guangfu, Yu Peiken, Bei Hui, and then Raul Octavio Butacci and Pere Aurel, all within 38 minutes of each other. And in the women's, Hau Ti from Vietnam, who's set the chat on fire, followed by Ragna Debats and Emily Maroto, rounding up this top 3. What a day we've had today. Over 13 and a half hours of live coverage. Quite a day, quite a journey for all of us as well, in the studio, on the ground, to provide you with all these images. And obviously, big shout out to all the volunteers out there who have made this race possible. And there's still going to be another long night ahead of them for all the 100-mile runners, the rest of the 100K runners. And you can see those aerial shots. Such a finishing set. Second to none. Thailand has definitely scored high in our memories when it came to race landscapes, race scenario. And those temples, everything that went down will be forever engraved in those runners' memories. And I'm sure that would have inspired thousands of people around the world to take on trail running. It is a very easy, a very accessible sport. And if you are already a trail runner, by all means, invite someone else to join you on those adventures, on those runs, because the more people practice trail running, the better the world will be. And on those notes, we thank you all for having been part of this live coverage of the Doi Inthanon Thailand by UTMB. And we invite you to join us next year for the 2024 edition of the UTMB World Series Major. On this note, I am Martin Gaffrey, and it's been a fantastic opportunity and bliss to share that with you. Be well and all the best until next year. Thank you.
It is so emotional.
On va vous laisser vivre ces images.
2, on!
Way faster transition compared to Katie Scheid.
What is going on? This is not good.
UTMB champion!
Pour remporter une nouvelle fois ici à Chamonix.
Fantastica! And a beautiful victory.
Et les larmes de joie et de bonheur.
Going through the crowd.